Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Thursday, March 6, 2008, and this is episode 15 of our weekly 2008 campaign roundup. As you know, we had 4 big primary contests last Tuesday, and I think the results were another example of the fact that the actual numerical results of these contests can be predictable and actually predicted, and yet the impact, the psychological impact of the results can be very different from what people expect. In this case, as you know, for most of February, it was the conventional wisdom that Hillary Clinton was really in a bad spot because even if she did really well in the primaries in Ohio and Texas, that she still simply couldn't pick up that many delegates, not enough delegates to really make a dent in the big margin that Barack Obama had built up over the course of the month. So what actually happened? Hillary Clinton had a decisive win in Ohio and she won in Texas. That's about as good as she could have done, and what was the result? Well, about what was expected. She picked up probably about 8 delegates, that's all, and that's compared to a deficit of about 150 that Barack Obama was ahead. So she really hardly made a dent in his delegate numbers. So that result wasn't supposed to accomplish much for Hillary Clinton, but in the event, it actually ended up doing a lot, at least in terms of the perceptions of this race. People don't think now that it's completely sewn up for Barack Obama, and I think it's fair to say that there are new questions about whether Barack Obama can really take a punch politically. They talked a lot about the kitchen sink strategy that Hillary Clinton had towards Barack Obama over the course of the last week, where they were throwing accusation after accusation against him, getting the press to look into the Resco case, into various questions about Barack Obama, and it seemed to have an effect. So we're still pretty much where we were on delegates, but the perceptions of this race have changed a lot. Now, if that's not enough of getting us back to where we started, it looks like we now face something similar to what we were looking at the beginning of February, and that is this. On April 22nd, we have the next really big primary in Pennsylvania. That's another one of these big electoral states, another kind of post-Rust Belt state where people think Hillary Clinton has some inherent advantages, but that's a good 6 weeks away, and until then, we have a series of contests where Barack Obama seems like he'll do pretty well. So coming up next on the calendar is Wyoming on Saturday, that's Wyoming caucuses, and then on Tuesday, Mississippi, which is a primary. And both of those, people expect that Barack Obama, for different reasons, will do pretty well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you about the other side of the aisle.
At the tone, leave a message. We'll get back.
Well, the way I see it, we've got 3 alternatives. 1, we can leave now and things will completely blow up over there. 2, we can leave in a few years and things will completely blow up over there. Or 3, we can stay and things will completely blow up over here as our infrastructure collapses.
Okay, we're back. Now let's look at the Republicans. You know, John McCain has pretty clearly been the Republican nominee, the presumptive nominee, going back a few weeks. But this Tuesday, he actually clinched it, locked it up. It's over. And unlike on the Democratic side, Republican delegates can't even, in theory, change their vote. So this one's done, and Huckabee's out. Now, one thing that's kind of funny is that just after John McCain sewed up the nomination, you had President Bush jumping in and seeming to, I don't know, maybe he's become a Democrat now, but he seemed to do a big favor for the Democrats by having John McCain over to the White House and posing for a bunch of pictures with John McCain. So Bush-McCain putting the two together, which is exactly what the Democrats want. The Democrats want, more than anything, to make this a campaign about the Bush legacy and argue that John McCain is just going to be 4 more years of the Bush presidency. So take a look at some of the highlights that Democratic opposition researchers are going to be using over the next 7 or 8 months, putting up commercials and web ads, trying to make this argument that John McCain is just 4 more years of Bush. Take a look.
That's exactly what we need in a president. Somebody who can handle the tough decisions. Somebody who won't flinch in the face of danger. I have got to know John well in the last 8 years. Laura and I have spent time in their house. He's a president, and he's going to be the president who will bring determination to defeat an enemy. And so I welcome you here. I wish you all the best. I'm proud to be your friend.
I'm very honored and humbled to have the opportunity to receive the endorsement of the President of the United States, a man who I have great admiration, respect, and affection. I appreciate his service to our country. I look forward to the the chance to bring our message to America.
There'll be a new president, a man of character and courage, but he's not going to change when it comes to taking on the enemy.
Thank you, sir. I don't have anything to add.
No, you can't follow up. Thank you.
Yes,
No, not you. No, I'm not calling you. Wolf. No, not you either. Where's Wolf? If he wants my pretty face standing by his side at one of these rallies, I'll be glad to show up. I'm focusing on, protecting America and succeeding in Iraq and dealing with the North Korean and dealing with the Iranian. When John McCain's the president, and he will be, he can deal with these issues in a way that yields peace. And when the American people take a hard look, they're going to feel comfortable like I feel comfortable in recommending him to take my place.